Hello, this is Stephen Childs, author of the World Fairness Agreement. And I'm going to document some information I have, some understanding. I'm in a conversation since I got back from my walk up Provo Canyon, and I made the video on it's spirituality. It's explanation and instruction. So I have a connection with the higher beings, and they told me about the lower beings that are keeping us under their thumb on planet Earth. And there's a war against them, and they're going to surrender to receive guidance, and they're surrendering to not controlling us any longer. They don't need to, because they're forgiven. They only need to be guided. And in this dream, it was a vision. It was from the higher beings themselves. In this communication from these higher beings, I was the one that's going to guide them. I have to agree to guide them. So the higher beings care about the lower beings. They're rather human-like, I would think. Maybe they're more evil than humans, maybe less. But my point here is the higher beings, they're not nearly as evil as we are. I'll just say it that way. And there was a very interesting experience I had years ago. I was at an AA meeting talking with some people outside of the building, and they told me, be careful. They we're all together, unified as that group, maybe like 8 or 10 people, telling me to be careful. And I said, here comes an airplane. And it was low and getting closer. And as it got really close, it was the space shuttle. I was shown a vision of the space shuttle from Star Trek. And I look at them, do they know? I didn't say anything. The other day, I made a video about ignorance is a choice, explaining how I chose to leave the LDS religion, and eventually I left Christianity entirely because I didn't believe it, and it would have been hypocritical for me to go, and there was a godlike being that wanted me to keep going even though I didn't believe it, and I had to choose against that to have integrity myself. And so the other day I'm watching a short video and I hear a vision overlapped over the video. And in this communication from this person, which wasn't really on the video, because I played the video after to hear what she really said. She told me, this is why you saw the space shuttle. So they're trying to get me to listen to them, the group that are supposed to be listening to me. I'm not supposed to listen to them. They don't know the way. They're trapped or they're lost. They're lost or they're trapped. I was told this in the vision. And so they need guidance. And the guidance is the World Fairness Agreement, plus what I know about spirituality. And that's what the last video is about, explanation and instruction. So I'm talking about Shiva Shakti and how my feeling is they're extraterrestrials. These higher, not very evil, if any, where the humans are evil and the ones that have us under control are also a group of extraterrestrials, but they're also evil, like humans. we do each other wrong. That's why we're evil. We haven't made the choice to stop doing each other wrong. I've made that choice, so I'm reducing my personal evil drastically. And I'm working very diligently on not having unfair thoughts toward people. It's difficult because it's not how I've been. I've been getting a lot of insight from Robert Falconer. He wrote a book called The Others Within, The Poorest Mind, and Spirit Possession. So it's like these spirits come in and you join in with them and you become a different personality through anger or through some kind of other aspect of how humans are. So I realized that there's something here within me that I don't want here with me unless it stops. Stop trying to control me. See, this is the other aliens that have us under control. They control us with our desires and with our emotions, like anger. They'll encourage you to not think clearly. They want you to join in with ignorance, with intentional. People are calling it arrogance. It's like an attitude that they have the right to do other people wrong. I understand there's reasons for all this. That's why they're forgiven. All of this is completely forgiven if they stop controlling us, stop trying to control us, stop doing us wrong. So this is the guidance that I'm given, and they need to listen to this. And listen to the other video about Shiva Shakti, the instruction, and how I think they're extraterrestrials. And there's so many religious beliefs of an afterlife that I'm doing the chants, the Hindu chants, asking for immortality with them. I'm asking for them to accept me. And I have a strong connection with them emotionally. I love them and they love me because I tell them, I love you guys, you're helping me. And they say, you're helping us too, Steve, we love you. And I'm hearing this telepathically. And so they're telling me there's a person that I'm working with, and his name is John Doe, I'll say. And he's asking me questions about my life. He knows about my past. This particular, it's not human that I'm communicating with. He's like trying to make me feel like I've done something wrong in what I've done in my past. And so my spirit guide, the one that's with me in devotion to the Shiva Shakti level, the highest level, the Om, the highest vibration. It's the best. It's the highest. She told me to something about him and to ask him with thought about that. And so I did. And he's not here in my spirit guide. He said, how did you know that? And then she told me something else to tell him. And so I told him, I'm connected with people that know everything you ever did. Not humans, people. Non-human people. That's what I mean. Other beings. And so they're still trying to control me. And so she told me to scold them. And I did. I told them they're a worthless piece of crap. And so now some of the others in this circle of communication, somebody was crying. It made them cry. It made them weep that this is what I think about them. And I said, John Doe, is all you have to do is stop doing us wrong and you're forgiven. And it's nobody's going to hold this against you. You're completely forgiven. So the person that was crying about realizing that she's with a group that's not going to win, and it kind of has a connection, like it might be like a metaphor for the LDS religion or Christianity itself or something. It's really difficult to tell where these other beings end and where the humans begin, because the humans are like puppets of them. They're the puppet masters, and the humans that are under their control are like puppets of theirs. It's not by force. It's because the humans want to receive direction from them. They've been deceived. I keep telling them, haven't you ever been lied to? I'm going to get over it. You've been lied to. So listen to what I have to tell you. They keep telling me to shut up and listen to them. No, they don't know the way. They're lost. I know the way to get them unlost. They need to listen to me. So that's what the last video is about. Is I've decided to give instruction, and I suppose I'm going to continue to make videos from this angle to document to the world, to the universe, my experience with these other beings that I can hear telepathically, and how I have a guide that's also devoted to the silent Shiva Shakti beings. So I'm wondering, do they ever even speak, or is it just like a state of being beyond our comprehension even? It's probably that. It's probably beyond our comprehension. They're probably so advanced. And so the spirit guide I have that's a good friend, there's one that lies all the time, and I keep scolding her, quit lying to me. And one of them said, I guess I'm going to go home. I'm going to leave. It's probably the one that's giving me a bad time. And so the other one, that's my friend, that says, yeah, that's the one that's lying. That's not me. That's someone else. Because I can't tell the difference. So my friend, my spirit guide friend, she wants to help these other, I was going to say lowlifes. That thought came to my mind. I'm angry at them because they're trying to control me. They're bullying me through other humans. So this morning, I put this already on a video, how I woke up and one of them is telling me that they're going to end my life. And then sometimes this kind of parallels with a human policeman that's, generally it's a Mormon policeman that's really got it in for me. That's really disapproving of what I'm doing because I'm teaching non-Christianity. One of my spirit guides told me early on, her intention is to destroy the Mormon religion. Whoa, I wondered if I should part ways, but I'm thinking, wait a minute, I better listen. It might be really wrong. It needs to update. They've got people that have invested their life into that, given tithing their whole life. The LDS religion has a lot of power and money. They have a lot of people in the CIA and FBI because of their integrity. We were taught to be honest. I was taught to be honest. I gained a lot of value from the Mormon religion growing up. as well as realizing, wait a minute, it's not matching up with the facts. What do? I was in great turmoil, suicidal. I made a decision to go left, the Mormon Church being the right in this scenario. And I put aside my beliefs entirely and found friends who we drank. We drank for fun on the weekends. And that became practically daily for me. And I was listening to, I was reading a book by Madame Blavatsky. This was back in the early 80s or so, maybe mid 80s. Early 80s, yeah, I'm trying to remember one thing after another. I hadn't heard about Gnosticism yet. I was interested in spiritual material, so I was buying books at the library. And I bought a book that had Madame Blavatsky's writing in it. It was Wisdom East and West. And it had this bookmark in it for the Tat Society. It was on the East Coast somewhere. I wonder if they're still around. I got a book by Richard Rose he was one of the authors that they were promoting. And I've listened to some of his videos. Richard Rose. So that's at the same time period when I bought a book without knowing who Alice Miller is. And I picked a book from the shelf called For Your Own Good.